Good morning, dear students. How are you all? I hope you all are fit and fine. So, today we are going to start the second lesson in our fifth grade English. Mother, tell us a story. So, we all like stories, right? And in our country, the grandparents, the mother, grandfathers, they are famous. They are known for their storytelling skills. They will tell the ancient stories, historical stories, moral stories, and we all like stories, right? So, before discussing about this chapter, Mother tells us a story, I want to take you to the tour of Africa. Africa is the world's second largest and second most populous continent after Asia. Africa is known for their different appearance, their food, culture, and a different lifestyle. Africa is also known for their lands, their animals, and their greeny forest area. And in Africa, there is a place called Zululand, and our second lesson, Mother tells us a story stemmed from Zululand, and this is how the Zululand people looks like and their houses looks like. Here is a hare. Here is a fanny fox. Here is a baboon and his family. Here is a owl. Here is an elephant. Here is an eagle. Here is an tortoise.
Mother, tell us a story. Get started. Write the names of these characters from some famous children's stories. Choose from the box: Snow White, Pinocchio, Aladdin, Cinderella, Mowgli, Rapunzel. Storytelling goes back to ancient times, long before writing was invented. But where do stories come from? Different cultures explain the origin of stories differently. This popular folk tale from Africa describes how a woman found stories for her children.
Mother, tell us a story.
Manza's children said when they sat around the fire at night. Manza couldn't think of a story, however hard she thought. No one else in the village knew stories. The village where these story-seeking children lived was in Zululand in Africa. People hunted for meat or tilled the land in the village. Sometimes they fished or caught crabs. The villagers who were clever with their hands wove baskets and made wooden carvings. The cleverest of them was Zenzeli, Manza's husband. He carved birds, trees, plants, flowers, and animals. However, he knew no stories. One day Zenzeli told Manza,
Go, look for stories. I will look after our home and children.
Manza thought it was a very good idea. She packed some food and kissed her children. With a basket on her head and the colorful beads on her dress swaying, Manza set out to look for stories. You never know who can be of help.
Oh, clever hare,
She said in a flattering tone.
do you know any stories? My children want to hear stories every evening.
Stories?
The hare said.
I know millions, but I have more important things to do.
So saying, he bounded off. Manza knew he was lying. He had no stories. He was a real trickster. Then Manza met Fanny, the baboon.
Okay, students, enough for today. Page number 19, section 1, page 1 we have completed. So, this is the story which will relate the origin of all the story differently, popular and folk. So, we all like stories and folk tales, means which is famous in between people and told by the people only. So, this story is about a woman, and we are going to find that how people of Africa come to know about the stories. What is the origin of telling their stories? How they come up with stories, right? So there is a story about a mother, and her name is Manja. She had two children and her husband name is Genjile. So what her husband do? Husband and she, they all live in a Zululand in Africa. What they do? They eat meat and they also grow crops. And her husband made wooden carvings. Do you know what is wooden carvings? It is nothing but a making hard material to an artistic work. From the wood they will make artistic work, means made by wood only, but different designs they will make elephant, the small flowers, right? So that is wooden carving. So she and her husband, they always worried for one thing, because their children are always asking for, mother, tell us a story. So one day Genjili suggested the Manja that go and look for the stories, seek for the stories. I will take care of the home and children. So Manja thought that it was a good idea, so she packed some food and she left her home. She left the Zululand and she went into the forest. So there she asked to the clever hare with a flattering tone. Flattering is what? It is like to say nice thing to somebody. It is a kind of selfish act. Then she met she know that hare do not know any stories, but hare replied that I know millions of the stories, but I do not have time to tell the stories. So Manja know that he was lying. Then she met the fanny fox and the baboon. Okay, this is all about mother tells us a story. So now I'll give you one small homework. You have to write the 10 difficult words or new words